to all distinguished panelists and participants. Bharti Vidyapeeth's Institute of Computer Applications and Management BVI CAM, in association with Computational Intelligence Society,
आगे देखो
CIS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Computer Society CS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Technology and Engineering Management Society TEMS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, System, Man and Cybernetics SMC Society chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Communication Society of IEEE Delhi section, Consultants Network Affinity Group of IEEE Delhi section, Inter-Society Relations IRS Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Industry Relations and Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology, Site Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Region 10 of IEEE, with the Associations of Computer Society of India, CSI, Institute of Information Technology Professionals, IITP, ISTE Delhi section, and IETE Delhi Center as technical collaborator. Welcome you all to the IEEE IETE BVI CAM technical lecture series on Industry 5.0. With immense pride and honor, we are delighted to announce that we, with united hands, mark special contribution for this monumental occasion. Golden Jubilee celebrations of the IEEE Delhi section from 13th May 2025 to 12th May 2026. We mark 50 years of this vibrant and pioneering section, a journey that began in 1976 and has since shaped the technological and professional landscape of Northern India through innovation, collaboration, and learning. This webinar is an initiative to celebrate this legacy. According to a 2021 European Commission report, by developing innovative technologies in a human-centric way, Industry 5.0 can support and empower rather than replace workers. We increase industry resilience and make it more sustainable. Industry 5.0 is the next evolution in the industrial evolution that redefines the relationship between humans and machines. While Industry 4.0 focused on automation, IoT, and data driven efficiency, Industry 5.0 is about putting humans back at the center, emphasizing collaboration, creativity, resilience, and sustainability. Engineers and technologists and educators of today are shaping the workforce and solutions of tomorrow. Understanding Industry 5.0 is critical for aligning education with future ready skills and for fostering innovation that is not only smart but also ethical, human centric, and adaptive. I would first take this opportunity to welcome amongst us our distinguished panelists for the day. We are privileged to have amongst us a galaxy of experts. I would first request Professor Emin Huda, Director, Bharti Vidyapeeth's Institute of Computer Applications and Management BVI CAM, and Chairperson IEEE Delhi section, to address the participants with his inspiring words. Over to you, sir.
am I audible
Yes, sir.
good evening everyone at the outset let me take this opportunity to welcome today's valued speaker Mr. Sachin, Chief Technology Officer of Nagarro, for 181st episode of this IEEE IET webinar series. Thank you so much, Mr. Sachin, for having accepted our request and being with all of us to share your expertise. I also
Thank
take
you,
this
Professor,
opportunity.
to
Thank
have
our
me here.
pleasure. I also take this opportunity to welcome all my friends from Collaborating Professional Society and very, very especially Mr. Ajay, my friend, who is chairperson of Industry Relations Committee of IEEE Delhi section. Dear friends, all of you are aware. Many of the participants are repeated participants. So many of you are aware that this webinar series which is IEEE, BBICAM, IET, CSI, weekly evening Saturday webinar series, which was started in way back 5 years ago in the backdrop of the COVID-19. And since then, it is being continued with sustainability. Because of its sustainability, in 2024, the IEEE US, when adjudicated the sustainable programs for the purpose of knowledge dissemination being organized all across the country, it was rated as the best sustainable series for any knowledge dissemination session to the peer professionals. And this credit goes to my all the participants, my valued speakers, and of course, my team member, Dr. Ritika, and others at the back end. Dear friends, today's program is on Industry 5.0. And now the new backdrop is, as Dr. Ritika has informed to all of you, that now we have entered into 50th year celebrations of IEEE Delhi section. Tremendous work and a splendid success in last 50 years. And now we have started from 13th May 2025 till 12th May 2026, Golden Jubilee celebrations, and this webinar is again part of that celebration. All of you are requested to keep suggesting, keep giving suggestions, what other activities during the Golden Jubilee celebrations you look forward from us. Thank you so much for having participated in this. Today's topic, Industry 5.0, is the buzzword of the day. Now we have entered into the fifth generation of industrial revolution, and this generation is for the IT people, and this is going to impact each one of us, for which all of us should be ready in all respect. And I'm sure the kind of the expertise which Mr. Sachin brings to this webinar, all of us will get benefited, and in one or other way will learn that how Industrial Revolution 5.0 is going to create a positive impact in positive impact in all of us. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. God bless you all. Keep learning despite disruptions. Stay healthy, stay vibrant, and keep joining our webinar after webinar, because that keeps motivating us. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the motivation. I would now welcome amongst us our expert, Mr. Sachin Vijayan, sir, with an e-bouquet. Welcome to the session, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Sachin Vijayan, sir, is the global CTO at Nagarro, a seasoned technologist with over 2 decades of experience. Sir is known for his unique ability to blend deep technical expertise with sharp business insight. His passion for knowledge sharing and innovation is evident in his work across a wide spectrum of industries, particularly in industrial automation, IoT, and digital transformation. Sir's career spans global technology giants like HP, Toshiba, and British Telecom, and startups such as Binary Spectrum and a pioneering sensor technology venture developed even before the term IoT gained mainstream traction. With a forward thinking mindset and a commitment to staying ahead of industry trends, Sachin Sir brings a rare combination of technical depth and strategic foresight. We are honored to have you amongst Sir today, and I would now request you to kindly enlighten the House. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. And I'll quickly share my screen and we can start.
Yes, sir.
Let me know if you're able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Like everyone knows, the topic for today is Industry 5.0, which is most commonly known as human-centric intelligence, keeping the human at the center of the the technology or the industrial development, and that's how the word has been coined in terms of human-centric intelligence around it. And it's a great pleasure to talk about it, and with the students, with the faculty members, and all the research scholars who are present here. So we're going to talk about a lot of things, but it's a very high level overview, just to bring everyone to the speed that what exactly is Industry 5.0, how does it fit into the picture, and more importantly, also it's from the front of, because you are the future providers or future makers of the technology around it, and it is all revolving around the same realm, keeping humans in at the center. So as the title suggests, we are going to talk about it, and it's not about only talking about the robots or the factories. Primarily, when we talk about Industry 5.0, we're talking about the shift in a mindset. It's not considered as the past industrial revolutions, but it is more as a shift of a mindset, which I will come to when we talk about it, because this actually keeps people in the center. So next 45 minutes, we're going to talk about some, journey, how Industry 5.0 or 1.0 to 5.0 has evolved. What are the, the main relevant areas right now? What are the technology which are driving it? The key areas or research that is happening around it, what are the enablers around it, and how we can make it part of our industry segment as we go forward. So before starting, just a quick journey on the industrial revolutions, right from 1.0. Right, well, of course, it was not called 1.0 that time. It was just industry revolution. And then we had Industry 2.0 and others. The first revolution was when things changed from something like water wheel to steam engine. So you had a little bit of a mechanical operations coming in picture, which was the first era of industrial revolution. So when you had steam, so you could get more power into the systems, and you could have more productivity in terms of mechanical systems, right? Then you had the second era, which was Industry 2.0, which was derived out of the the invention of electricity. So now what you could do is you could have late hours power, you could have conveyor belts, you could have mass production, you could do a lot of things in Industry 2.0. Then came to Industry 3.0, which is where electronics came into picture. So mechanical, electrical, electronics. Now, and the automation, of course, that part. So you had programmable systems that you could have on the shop floors, like PLCs or MES and other things. Now, effectively, computer act as a factory. And then we had the cyber physical systems, which is Industry 4.0. We could have sensors. So the machines could sense, and the machines could maybe communicate with each other. So there was communication maybe with the humans and the machines itself, and that is why they could talk to each other. And that is the cyber physical systems, or the Industry 4.0. And now we are at the era which is starting, which is a very different kind of mindset, where we're not talking about progress, we're talking about human in the loop, we're talking about making it more human centric. And that's where Industry 5.0 comes in picture, with a very different pillars which are very, very relevant in today's world, which is the empathy, personalization, or sustainability, taking human-centric approach, which means the person is the primary stakeholder. In the past eras, what has happened is we were always focusing on progress. Our KPIs were all measured around that operational efficiency, or the production, or the what is the level of production, or all those kind of KPIs. Then now we slowly are entering the era where carbon footprint matters, employee well-being it matters, the environment matters. All these things are coming into picture, and that is where which becomes more and more relevant as we go forward, and we'll talk about it. And so that's why Industry 5.2. Okay, so what exactly is Industry 5.0? When we talk about Industry 5.0, we talking about more of a we have so I'll try to relate it to an example. So what so there are two very fast in one stream of development that we talk about, which was the industry revolution. Then there is another stream of development which is on the computer side. So when we talk about the industry revolution, what has happened is we made the physical systems better and better and better. Now, slowly, what has happened with the addition of computers and the artificial intelligence around it, uh, there is intelligence coming into the machines. On the other side, there was another kind of evolution, which is on the computer side, which was more generation of logic, generation of intelligence in terms of machines, but they did not have hands. So if you talk about computers, or they could not work with something like tools. So there was no, so there was a physical system and there was a cyber system. Cyber system evolved very fast, and then it is starting to converge with the physical system in industry 3.0. Over four, it started to evolve. It became where cyber systems could have tools. It could have something like it could the cobots or the machines which can be operated by computers. So now there's a merge between two, and that's where it becomes very very relevant that where is the human in the loop? Where is the human centricity? Are we caring only about production? Are we only caring about efficiency? So that is where there's a little bit of a shift that we talk more, or we care more about the environment, we care more about the people, we care more about the resilience part of it. And that's where Industry 5.2 comes, which is surrounded or revolving around human and intelligent systems where they collaborate with each other, not replace each other. That's the prime base of it, where there are synergies between the advanced automated automation systems that are going to be there, or are there, or the and strengthened by the human creativity or strategic things that could power it. So that's where, if you look at 4.0 industry, which was focused on efficiency and automation, now the focus shifts to ethics and human centricity or collaboration. Technology-wise, we have matured on certain areas like IoT, cyber physical systems, or robotics. Now it is more like agentic AI agents, which are like edge AI, which in terms of the industry, they are embodied AI, which is like at the edge on the boards, you could have the AI or the intelligence built up. So those kind of agents are evolving very fast, and then there are agile systems which are very adaptive. Agile systems you could think of something like 3D printing, or you could think about your mechanical operating systems which could adapt to the environments, adapt to the supply, adapt to the changes. Then comes the part which was what was the role in industry 4.0 of humans. It was monitoring, making machines are working fine, they're doing as required, they're producing results. Now it is more like creation is both going hand in hand, and decision makers is the part of it. So they are prime stakeholders in those. Then you have the smart production, which has gone very mature in terms of output, and now it is more like focusing not only on the production. We're talking about sustainability, we're talking about resilience, we're talking about flexibility around it. So what led to, so this has been there for, the term has been coined for a while, and there has been again and again there's certain initiatives, or it is coming to the mainstream. But why is it coming now to the mainstream? It is becoming more and more relevant. By the way, recently, I think only last week, there were so European Commission has accreditation around Industry 5.0, which revolves around the key pillars of Industry 5.0, and that is where there are lots and lots of the manufacturing companies who are participating, because there are a lot of incentives and there are compliances and other things that we have to come up with. So primarily, of course, everyone knows about the pandemic. Everyone knows about the kind of the disruption it had brought, and based on that, there were a lot of workforce dependency, workforce not able, because these were all physical systems. So we had to rethink specifically in terms of the manufacturing units, that how do we make it more resilient in such kind of disruptions. Then, of course, the geopolitical situations and which we know about, the unsettling situations in the Middle East or in the Far East of Europe or other places, and the supply chain risks, or the things like tariff wars and other things that are going on, which is making this brings a lot of disruptions in terms of production, in terms of factories, in terms of what they have been doing. Then we have, of course, and these are all, they are very high impactful pillars, or areas that has been, everyone is talking about, everyone is doing things around, and generative AI breakthrough since November 2022, since the launch of ChatGPT, which was more on the generative AI, but then came the agents, and then came the agentic AI, where, like I said, we are giving tools, or we are giving hands to the AI, and that is bringing lots and lots of thoughts where how human-centric development can happen. And then, of course, human-centric design trends. And then the other part is, of course, the sustainability pressure, being carbon neutral, or being, at least green operations and other areas of sustainability. There are three major areas of sustainability which is touched upon in the Industry 5.0, which is which is measured around that. And of course, then there are industry trends that, how AI is disrupting with the GDP, expected GDP of growth of 14% as per PwC by 2030. Then we have industrial leaders prioritizing digitization as per McKinsey, 85% of them. Then reports of productivity gains, post-digital tech adoption, which is 73% according to World Economic Forum. And then we have AI and automation projects to cut operational costs by 15%. So these are trends which shows a lot of growth, and it also shows a lot of concern that has to be taken care of. So how do we evolve, keeping human centricity in mind as we grow, and make sure we are efficient, but not neglecting the core values of things. I spoke about a little bit from the the focus areas, but primarily when we talk about from the technology perspective, there's from 4.0 to 5.0. It's more like earlier it was 4.0, which was it could sense and it could communicate, but what we are looking at Industry 5.0 is more of collaborate. So focus, again, smart manufacturing and supply, but now we are focusing on automation or autonomy in manufacturing, leaving the the main strategic or the key areas of decisions with the humans. Focus on machines and product was this has been the trend from Industry 1.0 to 4.0. Now it is more on not only the the product, but on the services, on the environment, and also the social aspect of it. Then we focused on, so similarly, cyber physical systems, we had partial, now it is full integrated kind of cyber physical system, which means full autonomy wherever required, not everywhere, but that is the kind of system. Human management of customer, product, and machine integrations. It is more of autonomous AI. That is, so it is a lot of automation, a lot of power which will go on to the machine, but at the same time, like I said, keeping it central to the human-centric, as we say, Industry 5.0 as well. Multi-product production systems to ultra-flexible production systems, which are catering. As we grow, the demands are also becoming very specific. There's a lot of personalization in terms of products or the demands that customers have, and to adapt to that, there is a lot of agility required, and that's the part here. And human machine cooperation, I spoke about a lot about it. Then coming to main pillars or the main, the foundation, I'm going to touch upon these from the technology perspective, primarily on the human centricity, sustainability side. But these are the three key areas or the three main pillars which is driving Industry 5.0. And like I said, it is a mindset set shift. It is not, we are looking at a next level of revolution. But if you look at it, it is a next level of revolution because we are making sure we don't just blindly operate or blindly try to grow. We keep the checks and balances in place in terms of our human centricity around it. So these are how that is how how machines adapt to the people, not the other way around, or augmenting human capabilities. More from the empathy and inclusiveness. If we talk about the organization level of it, so this is where human centricity comes in, and we'll talk about certain examples. Something like cobots, working together, maybe the machines taking the redundant or the risky tasks, and then the humans are more involved in the strategic and the other areas. Sustainability, everyone knows, is the focus across the globe in terms of green initiatives and other things, which are also the central pillar for Industry 5.0. And then similarly, we spoke about the motivation for Industry 5.0. We saw examples like pandemic. We have seen supply chain disruptions. We've seen the geopolitical situations which are affecting a lot of industries where there is, it brings a lot of nervousness. And how do we come over that in terms of being resilient? And that's where, this is another key pillar. Now, all this leads to certain key principles around, how do we go about it? So there is, and I'm not going to go into the detail, but, we can discuss if required, someone has more, wants more depth into it. But enhanced autonomy, we spoke about value of human input, customization and flexibility. We spoke about that as well, based on the customer demands are coming, very differently. Sustainability, ecology, human centricity, and continuous learning, which is also, making sure that the workforce, from both, all kind of, from the shop floor people to, the management, everyone is equipped enough to handle their tasks and making them grow as the industry grows as well. Now, coming to the key enablers, primarily I've just structured it into three key areas, which is cyber physical systems, AI and agents, and then agile production units. Then when these are key enablers in terms of technology, I'm not going into the other areas like policies, accreditations, or maybe green initiatives and others, but primarily focusing from the perspective of technology. It is, when we talk about integrated cyber physical systems, we're talking about something like cobots. We're talking about physically working along with humans and safely and intelligently. So these are, each of these words are very, very central to the whole theme: safety, intelligence, and alongside humans, right? So they become hands that help, not replace. Digital twins, we all know about, which helps us, in the real-time virtual replicas, mirroring the industries, mirroring operations, mirroring assets, mirroring. So you could have digital twins at different levels, which actually at a component, asset, process, or whole factory level of digital twins, and each has a purpose. And that brings a lot of empowerment to the people to operate a factory. Edge AI, which is more bringing the intelligence closer to the, for the faster decisions. And that is where Edge AI comes into the picture. Effectively, something like cobots having a little bit of intelligence, or the machines having a little bit of intelligence. So you could have your, the models, small models, deployed onto those machines, and they could be, of course, they could be central intelligence, and then you could have a local small decision making within the devices or the instruments there. Industrial IoT, I don't have to explain that. Everyone knows that. That helps. This is, talk and sense in the industry IoT is all about that. Then augmented and virtual reality. There's one more area, additive manufacturing, but I've not added that. But augmented and virtual reality, simulations of factories, extending or remote trainings. So this is, I could give you one example, what we did. So during the, the COVID time or the disruption time, there's a major supplier, there's a major manufacturer in Europe. They used to have a lot of trainings or enablement of the staff, which was like physical in nature. So people across the globe used to fly there. There used to be a 7 to 14 days actually working with the systems like conveyors, ports, and other things. And because of this disruption, they had to rethink about it. That, okay, now what do we do? First is people cannot come here. Then they realized that, okay, even if we had to plan earlier, it took almost like 6 months just to plan, because it had to work for everyone's schedule to be personally available there. So then we built up a system which was virtual in nature, where a person could operate a conveyor belt. They could operate manufacturing system. They could actually see the whole system, or they could see the actual product being built in 3D simulation using the virtual reality. A lot of things, and the outcome was that now they have a state-of-the-art lab where they don't have to depend on logistics and other things, and they can empower people at scale to various technologies that they bring. So just an example, but if you think about it, it's the capability build up, it's the human centricity there, and a lot of things around that. AI and agents, if you are aware of it, of course, Gen AI wise, we are doing, everyone is aware. But when we talk about agents or agentic AI, which is the realm where the industry is heading, like I said, we are giving tools, we are giving, and this is actually the merge between the physical systems and the, the cyber systems, where we are giving intelligence to the tools to operate and, work. So especially from the industry perspective, which is embodied AI or edge, the other part is the edge AI. From that perspective, we are giving that empowerment or to a physical tool to operate based on certain intelligence that we build in. Then agility is another part. When we talk about cobots, and when we talk about, we could program them, they could be multiple scenarios that they can help tackle. And earlier it was a fixed machine. You program it in one way, it will operate always in, for the whole lifetime. But with cobots, you have that agility where you could operate in different fashions. And then of course, we spoke about augmented reality. But now coming to the other part, there is a lot of excitement. There is a lot of growth that is seen. There is a lot of area where we see a lot of abundance of things that will happen. But at the same time, there are things that we have to be aware of. So there is a gap. There are a lot of gaps, especially when we talk about industry system. When we talk about industrial systems, software operates in a very different way. It can operate in an agile way. It fails. It has bugs. It can, you could fix the bug, deploy it again, it works well and good. It's on the manufacturing side, it is the first time right. That is how it operates, or you have big or major losses, right? So this is one area where there's a lot of gap, and of course over the period of time it will go away. But with this merge of these two areas, those are certain gaps which have to be ironed out. When we talk about those gaps, which are domain shift, when we talk about AI trained, clean, it works in the lab, you have a lot of things that happens. But at the same time, when you operate that same thing on the factory floor, it will not. Latency, which is we're talking about real-time systems when we're talking about shop floors and factories and other areas, and latency or could be a major hurdle, or is a major hurdle when we are operating in a centralized fashion like a cloud. So that is where edge AI comes in picture, where cobots could do some quick decisions at the edge, which means when we say edge, it is actually deployed. The AI or the small intelligence is deployed onto the cobot, and rather than going and having that latency or any other thing. Sensor noise and calibration. These are like a lot of gaps in terms of there's a lot of so for example, I'll give you one scenario. We did a RFID solution for one of our clients. So there was a gap where there were two RFID antennas placed, and there was trucks passing by, and then there was another place. So trucks one worked well because there was a lot of gap between two antennas, and then there was there was actually a way bridge in between. Similar scenario, we had to operate in a library where the sensors were closed because there was a door, and there was so much noise between the antennas that it actually did not work. There was almost 15 days of troubleshooting to make it work in a particular angle, not only from the software side, but also physically. So things are very different when we go on the field than when we are developing them onto the labs or in our computers or as a software. Ethical misalignment. This is another topic, which is what do you favor? You favor speed, you favor comfort. This is where human centricity also comes in picture. Whether and how much of it. So this is again, there's a lot of push back when we try to build. This is the part where change management, or bringing that change into the people mindset, or thinking about it helping them, not replacing them, comes in picture. And of course, then when we bring this new technologies or new things into the picture, there is a lot of upskilling or enablement that has to be done, which is again a challenge. And the other aspect of those barriers are data privacy and security, which is also becoming it's not becoming, but it is also a big area where the sensitive data or sensitive information. Sensitive could be one level, but what is sensitive is also subjective. On top of it, the risk of breach or misuse and other things that comes, it's a topic by itself. All of these are topics by itself, but I'm just giving a very, very high level view on that. Regulatory uncertainty. Policies can change, policies can upgrade, policies could go stringent. Incidents can lead to various deviations or rethinking of those policies. And when we talk about the industrial infrastructure, it is not so agile in terms of change based on what they do today can change in a week or a month. And then we have legacy infrastructure, a lot of it. everyone here can relate to it, especially the India legacy infrastructure. When we talk about, our industries, a lot of them are still manual in nature. It is all paper-based. If we talk about, bringing that automation, we are quite low in terms of the maturity, automation maturity there. And also, these technologies are not only, so we have to jump the leap, and also we have a challenge in terms of the cost implications of adopting this technology. I spoke about the anxiety or the risk that job loss fear. This is where trust and trust has to be built up, and this is where there is a lot of resistance, especially be it for anyone. And there are the unions or the worker unions around manufacturing are very, very strong, and they can effectively define the country level policies on a particular area. So that's how strong they are. So they can make those resistances and change, avoid the changes to happen. And then, of course, there are interoperability gap in terms of there's no standardization in certain areas. So you get that vendor lock-in kind of scenarios. You have a problem with those kind of things that has to be taken care of as well. Okay, so just coming to the next part. Field to the factories, it is changing. It is changing the way the world is moving. But at the same time, how is it certain areas who are adopting this technology, and what are they seeing? In manufacturing wise, most of you must have seen the factories or the state of the art factories videos that are available, or you might have had visited certain of those, where the manufacturing is actually done by cobots, along with the cobots. Something like KUKA, something like BMW. KUKA does it for Tesla. Then BMW has a lot of cobots. Most of the German factories and Chinese are there, US as well. Healthcare wise, the neural link based AI assisted surgeries and other areas that is very prevalent right now. Logistics wise, the Amazon using the intelligence, or building those the drones, or the different mechanisms of logistics. So those areas. And then we have the greenhouse. Maybe I'll when I share this, you could go through these case studies. They are very interesting and relevant to look at. AR, VR based, you could look at it, Siemens Lab or the mechatronics. And like I spoke about certain use cases, I'll talk about certain other use cases ahead. But in agricultural, in the education space, there are a lot of so I spoke about the industrial training that we did. It is on the similar lines, and then this will also disrupt the way, because the distance will become more irrelevant when we go forward. Then smart grids have. So smart grids brings the first industry 4.0 revolution, just to relate to it, where your central metering data, your electricity consumption and other things can go to a central ecosystem or a central place. And now, based on that, there are a lot of decision making which can be driven, which are both beneficial to the customers and the grid operators, or the utility the electricity providers, which are utilities, because they can plan ahead. They can say, if there's a disruption, how do they manage? So all this infrastructure which has come in on top of it, once there's a lot of intelligence already, but as we go ahead with the focus of 3 key pillars, it would become more intelligent, yet again human centric. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse of our intelligent enterprise and how it has evolved. This is our own Nagaro's, framework, what we call as the connected or the intelligent enterprise. We've always had worker. So if you look at these are the prime pillars. There is connected worker, there is smart factory, there is a connected customer and connected product and smarter service. So these make the prime pillars in terms of intelligent enterprise for us. And in 4.0 in IoT was the outer realm, and but then you had a lot of automation that was built up using various technologies, and that was the key theme of Industry 4.0. Now moving to Industry 5.0, again the focus. So these technologies, of course, they stay as a base and the foundation for 5.0. It's not that they go away, but at the same time, there is a whole shift in the mindset in terms of sustainability, in terms of human centricity, productivity, efficiency, and that's what is our 5.0 as we move. Key themes around that is agility, productivity, efficiency, more of collaboration. Okay, so quickly, I think I just have 5 minutes more, but I just took some of the use cases which we have been doing, and I just brought a little bit of an Industry 5.0 perspective to it. I'm not talking about the use case, but I'm talking you could relate to it, telematic devices in rail cars which can be operated remotely, which is what does it provide? So there is telematic data which is going to a central system, and then there's a lot of insights which are generated based on that. So HC, human centricity, RS, resilience. Then we have the smart infrastructure and sustainability. SU is sustainability, SI is smart infrastructure. So what happens when we look at it from the lens of Industry 5.0? This particular use case, it is telematics, which was done for a big manufacturer, a big operator of rail cars primarily. It provides actionable insights. So human centricity, it helps humans in terms of people or operators in terms of gaining those insights, which could help them operate better. It enables predictive maintenance, which brings a lot of resilience, reduces fuel usage and emissions, sustainability, connects rail cars to digital systems, right? So, which is smart infrastructure. Similarly, digital twin of product and processes. So we built a lot of, so the different kind of digital twins you might be already aware, but if just for the sake of the conversation, you have the process digital twin, you have a system digital twin, you have the component level digital twin, which has its own. So component is the most granular level of digital twin, but this is at the product in the process. When we say process, we are simulating, or we are simulating one process as a digital twin, which will involve multiple systems. Now, when we build a product or a process digital twin, this is done for a lot of factories, a lot of global customers. But what happens in terms of human centricity? It supports better decision making, transparency, real time digital model. It helps you in resilience because it helps detect anomalies early, reducing downtime and quality issues. Optimizes resources use and minimizes waste. Links smart infrastructure wise, links product and processes for continuous improvement. Similarly, on the defect detection, imagine you're taking these are certain use cases. I'm just taking a common example of this. If you take a car to a servicing, there's automatic defect detection in terms of your instrumentation panel, in terms of your computer vision, scanning the whole car, which effectively was not so efficient when we used to do in person, or the shop floor supervisor used to do that. So there was a lot of gaps. There was no proof of the inspection and other things. It was all based on the So they could, there was there was a lot of potential of human error, right? So automation inspection, it helps both the parties, the customer and the the supervisors or the providers of the service, both transparent, flags defects early, cuts waste, fuses AI vision and sensor data into live, which could lead to a lot of analytics and generation of insights and data intelligence around it. And then we have, operating equipment through immersive training and gamification. Again, another one where virtual reality or augmented reality based. So we created a kind of a simulated digital twin of a factory, of a particular, let's say of a blade of a power plant. When we talk about blade and the repair of a blade of a power plant, we're talking about millions and millions of dollars of expense. Simulating that, helping people understand how to operate, how to, bringing all the parameters, the operational parameters into picture, and in a gamification fashion, when we help them train on that equipment, which saves millions of dollars for trainings, for skills and confidence, because first level or second or even third level, before they actually do the final level of physical training, they are equipped enough to handle the equipment around that. So again, from various lines of Industry 5.0, some more use cases, but I'll just quickly go to the other side. Now, there are a lot of other areas which may be of interest to you. These are very, few of them that I've listed in terms of emerging careers because of Industry 5.0 era. So you could have cobotics engineer, sorry? Okay. So we could have cobotics engineer there already who can design, deploy, collaborate with the collaborative robots. So this could be on the programming side. This could be on the physical robot designs, digital twin. You could think of, you could imagine, you don't have to think a large scale of anything that, okay, digital twin looks interesting, but how do I reach there? But at the same time, even if you are able to do a digital twin, there are tools. There are a lot of tools. You could use Unity and other frameworks which could help you. And you don't have to build something. You could build a digital twin of a pencil, or you could build anything to start with just to get those concepts, and then move forward. And that's how you get yourself equipped. Human AI interaction designer. This is one of very prime area, which is also called agent moderators or agent validators. There are substreams around it. There's a lot of other areas or other avenues of work, but it falls under the interaction, human AI interaction, both from the operation of a particular equipment to validation to ethical part of it, or compliance, governance. So a lot of roles around it. If you look at the next one, so this is on the ethics and governance, which is becoming. So these are from various lens. This is not, when we talk about it, it's from various lens. It's not that these are only engineering things, but at the same time, if you have that base understanding, these are various avenues that you can go into. Predictive maintenance specialist or AR/VR experience developer. So experience-wise, of course, there are a lot of new user experience avenues that are opening up as we move forward. So I'm not gonna go detail into this, but I also had to put a point of view, everyone, especially if if we have some global audience, pardon me for that, but a lot of initiatives from Make in India, which are relevant or which are centered around the the Industry 5.0. Maybe we call it something else, but it is themed around it. And in India, we have a lot of potential, and we would want to make our planet more, green, more care more for the planet, care more for the people, and that is where, even if we are looking at fast-paced growth around our manufacturing or our industries, we have to keep this in mind, because we would want to do it in the right way in terms of how we give the world to the next generation. So a lot of initiatives, a lot of tax policies, everyone is aware of those, or we can talk about it also sometime. Then, of course, the bodies like AICTE, NASSCOM, IEEE, there's a lot of courses, there's a lot of industry academia, there's a lot of events, conferences, a lot of publishings which keep happening, which are very centric to bring that knowledge, or that the curated courses for the industry, which are very relevant. Then academic opportunities, it is the era where, of course, a lot of labs, a lot of universities are already collaborating with the industry, but it is the right time to build those small micro labs or micro projects within the institutions along with the industry. And startups is, of course, there's a lot of startups which are coming around this area. And I'll just, and of course, in interest of time, I'm just quickly skimming through this. The factories, which is the promotion of tier 2 or tier 3 cities, which is the, equal growth around that, and not the congestion part of it, which is also bringing a lot of incentives there. These are some ideas, just top of my head. You could build digital twin of a small lab or a classroom. So these are certain ideas that you can think about, just to get that litmus test as you start. This is especially for students and maybe the faculty there. Cobot use case for the university library, or ethics simulation. This is major. This is ethics simulation for let's say you have a surveillance, high surveillance. How would you look at it? Let's say from AI Act, EU AI Act, or GDPR perspective, especially in the Indian context, or maybe from the ethical AI context. So whether we are moving in the right direction. There are some course corrections on a very minor level. So this is just observing things around you. Redesigning of classroom with AI feedback, cross-institutional hackathons. We also conduct a lot of hackathons. If someone is interested on those areas, we can help you participate on that. Yes, I believe I was well within time, and thank you for having me, listening to me, and I'm open for questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the enlightening deliberation. It was a wonderful session. And yes, we have a few questions from the participants, which I'll now take up with your permission.
Yes, please.
So, first question we have, are there any international and Indian specifications which define industrialization 5.0 for smooth interoperation and integration?
So Industry 5.0 is, it is primarily, curated and brought up from the manufacturing hub, which used to be Europe. So they have curated it around that. There are rules, policies, references to Industry 5.0, which are accredited or which are followed by in the Indian ecosystem. It is very closely aligned to the policies around green initiatives as well. So there are bits and pieces of these which are a little bit enforced, or trying to be compliant to, as far as India is concerned. But slowly as the initiatives grow, there will be a lot of more of these norms coming into the Indian industry.
Absolutely, sir. How infrastructure ready would you say is the complete nation to support Industry 5.0?
Okay, so there are various reports, there are various studies around it in terms of maturity, not only 5.0, coming to 4.0 as well. 4.0 wise, I think we are still 70% not there. There's only 30% of the industries. These are old figures. I might be wrong on that, but Industry 5.0, like I said, it is not only the industries which have to comply. It is more of a mindset shift, which is more of the shift of the organization or shift of the people's mindset, that how do we respect our planet? How do we respect our people? How do we respect whatever we are trying to do? And it is also driven by the folks or the students, which are part of this session today as well, because there's a shift in terms of mindset, from in terms of working conditions, as far as the younger generation is concerned. They would want to give, but at the same time they would want better environments to work. They would want better work-life balance. They would want, so effectively, primarily from the the workers perspective, it has been a very long journey, but it was also been a difficult journey for certain nations, where there were long shift hours. There were not much incentives for the primarily the the blue collar folks as such.
Absolutely, sir. So another question I see, is Industry 5.0 only related to AI? Or if
No.
not, what would be the important technologies you will highlight for this upcoming Industry 5.0 and the future jobs that you discussed?
Yes. So, like I mentioned, there are a lot of technologies which fall under that realm. Effectively, they are not driven by technology, but it is one of the prime factor, because there's a lot of automation. There is key theme is human centricity. When we talk about human centricity, so keeping the human at the center, technology is one part, and the physical systems is third part. Now, how all of this collaborate and work together, any technology which comes into purview is relevant. Right from your small softwares or maybe enterprise systems to, but what is making that, driving that push is of course AI. AI part is there, digital twin is there. We spoke about the emerging tech, but that does not neglect the standard classic software development, which itself brings a lot of productivity. Like I said, there is still a lot of manual procedures or manual way of doing most of the tasks in, if we talk about the Indian industry. So there is long way to go even to reach there, but at the same time, these are the accelerators which can take you there faster. But
Absolutely,
yes,
sir.
AI, digital twin, additive manufacturing, and I listed some more just to quickly mention those. But Edge AI, cobots, these are the prime areas or the prime techs.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. I would say the way you have covered the complete industrial revolution from 1.0 to 5.0, the upcoming technologies and all, it was wonderful for our audience. Thank you so much, sir. Please accept this certificate from our side as a memento for this wonderful session we have had today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for
We-
having me here. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We also have a small e-memento.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session. Sir, before you leave us, by default, because you have been the presenter, you are now the host. So please change the role, make us the co-host.
Okay, so I'm not very familiar with WebEx, so you'll have to let me know how to do that.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Mhm. So I have to make you co-host somehow.
You have to make us the host. We are the co-host now. Preeti ma'am, can we guide, sir?
Sir, please, you will see on the right side BVI Cam, comma New Delhi, and 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots
Yes,
and
yes.
make us host, sir. On the 3
Okay.
dots,
Switch audio, make webinar video device. I clicked on the 3 dots, but I don't see that out. Remind, stop live streaming. Should I? No, okay, I become the host, but I don't see that option.
we are able to do that. Yes. Sir, click on the 3 dots and BVI Camp, comma New Delhi, make it host.
I clicked on the 3 dots, but I don't see BVI Cam. BVI
Okay,
Cam.
sir, no issue. If you are leaving, if you are clicking on the red button, just leave the meeting. You will
Okay.
get 2 options: leave
Don't
the
end
meeting
the
or
meeting.
end the meeting.
All
Just
right,
leave
all
the
right.
meeting, sir.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Just don't end the meeting. That's
Sure,
it.
ma'am.
It's a
Yes,
request,
sir.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And I hope
Thank
it was
you, sir.
helpful for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So
Dear
I
participants,
do leave webinar, right?
yes, sir. Only leave webinar.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. So, dear participants, the feedback form for this webinar, this session for the certificate generation has already been shared in the chat window with all of you. Many participants are already generating their certificates. I hope the participants who are still there with us have already submitted their feedback form. Please ensure that you fill in your details carefully and correctly. Once you submit the feedback form, you're most welcome to check your certificate first in your inbox. Please check your inbox, refresh your inbox and check for your certificate in the inbox. In case you don't find it in the inbox, please refresh your spam folder. Otherwise, please share your email ID with all panelists in the chat window. We are there to help you out with your certificate. I repeat, feedback form has already been shared in the chat window. Participants who have already received their certificates, thank you so much for joining us today. Next webinar is planned next Saturday on another important technology. Note it down in your calendar and do join us for the same. So dear participants, our next webinar is on 26th of July on another important technology. If you have received your certificate, you can leave this meeting room with a promise to join us back on 26th July with our next webinar. Dear participants, I repeat, feedback form link has already been shared in the chat window. Please ensure that you click on the same, fill in your details and submit it carefully to generate your certificate of participation. My number of participants is already reducing. Thank you, Manoj sir. Thank you, Bhakti ma'am. Thank you, Ashri Devi. Thank you, Shailendra sir. We hope you all join us back on 26th of July with our next webinar. I hope all